This is him. Free Sowore now.
Free Sowore. Free Sowore. Free Sowore. Free Sowore. How can you lock a man up who's fighting for his people? Free Sowore. 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 You've got to free Sowore. How can you lock a man up who's fighting for his people? Free Sowore. Free Sowore. Free Sowore. You've got to free Sowore. Gag him up, shut him up, lock him up behind the bars. You think he will go away? Gag him up, shut him up, lock him up behind the bars. You think he will go away? Shebi na him we start Boko Haram. Shebi na him they kidnap people for express. Sowore say you know if you stop anything. We be saying time don't reach you now, hear me well. Revolution now, now, now. Free Sowore, Sowore, Sowore. Free Sowore. Free Sowore. Free Sowore. Free Sowore. Free Sowore. Free Sowore. How can you lock a man up who's fighting for his people? Free Sowore. 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 You've got to free Sowore. How can you lock a man up who's fighting for his people? Free Sowore. Free Sowore. Free Sowore. You've got to free Sowore. Come on. Every day no light, every day no water, every day no food for we country. Every day no light, every day no water, every day no food for we country. This thing don't tire me, it don't tire me, it don't tire me, eh? This thing don't tire me, it don't tire me, it never tire you, eh? This thing don't tire me, it don't tire me, it don't tire me, eh? This thing don't tire me, it don't tire me, it don't tire me. Baba.
You cannot stop an idea whose time has come. Free Sowore now.
Free Sowore. Free Sowore. Free Sowore. Free Sowore. How can you lock a man up who's fighting for his people? Free Sowore. 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 You've got to free Sowore. How can you lock a man up who's fighting for his people? Free Sowore. Free Sowore. Free Sowore. You've got to free Sowore.
We will not relent. We will continue to call for the freedom of Omoyele Sowore for exercising his democratic human rights. You cannot stop an idea whose time has come. Free Sowore now. We will will not stay silent. We will not be made to bow or break. This is our Nigeria, and we deserve to live with the rights and benefits of being born a part of this great land. Free Sowore now.
On behalf of all the Nigerian children, we are the future generation. Free Sowore now.
Sowore's family misses him. Free Sowore now.
I have just one question for the Federal Republic of Nigeria and to the DSS. I want to know why the people are being oppressed and depressed for their right. I want to know. Where do you want to Sowore? 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 Hey, Mr. President, what about the masses? What about the love? I thought you in for the masses where I got it wrong. What about the promises? What about the lies? Many people dying. What about the pain? Many things on my mind when I get to say. What about the things you're eating? What about the hopes? I know you lost it all. What about the plans? I know you fear no more. Sowore, we miss you. Yeah. Sowore, we pray to God to bring you. Sure. Ìbàjẹ́ nìyàn kò daṣọ lúwà dúró. What is all you read, Mr. President? I can't take this no more. I know feel free no more, Mr. President. Say what you wanna say, do what you wanna do. Hey, Mr. President.
Hello everyone, how you guys doing? You're welcome to a brand new set, a brand new equipment and a brand new show. Reaching you live here from Toronto, Canada. That's what we're going to be doing in a couple of days, weeks, months, years to come. And we're so glad that we're able to do this now. Let me start off by thanking all of you who have stood by us in these trying times. As you all know, Facebook had to suspend us, and they're just doing it to everybody now. If you're an activist, if you're speaking if you're saying anything against the government of Nigeria, I don't know why they're clamping all those who are speaking truth to power about what's going on in Nigeria. They're just clamping everybody down. They're doing it to Shegun of legit what's Shegun's TV now. They're doing it to him. They're doing it to AY. They're doing it to my diary. They're doing it to everybody. They're doing it to media director of the Take It Back movement. And it's funny that it's just everybody that's talking about Sowore, that's what's happening to them. But we are not we're not discouraged. We know what's going on. So I just want you guys to know that we're here to stay. We just reopened us yesterday, and prior to that, we told ourselves, okay, if these guys are planning to go this way, we better be ready for them. Excuse me. So we already went ahead and we tried to upgrade our equipment so that we can reach you guys more clearer, more sharper than ever. So go ahead, let me know how you're feeling us. Let me know how you're receiving us. If you're receiving us well, then please let me know. If not, let me know also. All right, let me tune down the music so that you guys can hear me more clearly. All right, yeah, I hope you guys can hear me much better now. Okay, so like a lot of you know, the federal government already decided through Judge Ojukwu what they want to do with Omoyele Sowore, but that is their own version of that whole thing. I remember I already told you that we don't just start talking about what we're going to do or what we're not going to do in court or immediately after court. The lawyers, it's their tradition, they will always say as the court pleases, and then they will go and decide what they want to do. So that's the case here. That's what is happening. That's what you're gonna get. So don't be moved. I don't want you to be depressed. I don't want you to be perturbed. A lot of you have written me and they're like, oh, what's going to happen to Sowore? What do we do now? Do we pay the money? Do we not pay the money? I'll just tell you to just hang on. Okay, the GoFundMe page is there. It's going on. We just have to keep doing what we're doing with that page. I will advise anybody who has not to go to the GoFundMe page and be part of it, because no matter what is happening, I can assure you that money is not being touched. Nobody is touching that money. Since the day they started contributing that money, not one penny has gone out of that money. And we've also opened the Nigerian account. These are just us preparing ourselves because we don't know where this road is going to lead us to. But like wise people, that's the wise thing to do. You have to prepare for the days ahead. We will challenge whatever is there to be challenged, and we will make sure that we do not abandon. We have not abandoned Omoyele Sowore. We will not abandon him, and we will do whatever needs to be done to get him out of that place. Let me say this, that I have been, and that's what I want to talk about today. I've been asking myself, because it's so difficult to understand, what is the issue with the Nigerian public? I am truly very interested in finding out what the Nigerian public actually wants. Let me tell you what I mean. People are going through things. There's a lot of suffering. There's a lot of depression. I spoke to someone this morning in Nigeria, and she didn't like. I don't call anybody in Nigeria and they tell me that things are getting better. So it is a known fact. It's an established fact that things are not working right in Nigeria. I'm telling you, my friends who are doing well in Nigeria, and when I say doing well, who are hardworking and who earn their living through just means, they are not finding it easy. Nobody. Students are not finding it easy. Workers are not finding it easy. So nobody is finding it easy. People that call from our local communities, people in the cities, people, church pastors, imams, even native doctors are not finding it easy. So we have generally accepted that things are wrong in Nigeria. Things are not working out in Nigeria. And so many of us, including myself, we come and we break our heads and talk about this thing and sing like a broken record. People don't even, some people just yab us that we just talk and make noise. But we are not getting the kind of reaction that we would expect from people who are going through what they are going through. So I have come to ask myself, is it that, and I'm beginning now, I need help here. I'm thinking that people in Nigeria are tired of talking about their situation. That's what I'm thinking, because I really want to do something that has has effect. I want to do something that makes meaning in people's lives. I don't want to do something that that does not. I don't want to do something that people don't value, something that people are not interested in. I don't want to do it. So I don't want to do it. So if I find out that and that's what I'm beginning to find out, if people are not interested in us talking about their suffering, their hardship, what they're going through, then what do they want to hear? A survey of what interests people in Nigeria will amaze you. I think people are so depressed. I think people are tired of just discussing about their problems, because with social media, they see their friends who are outside Nigeria, they see them take pictures of them in a party, they see them take pictures of them, when they have their birthday, they post their selfies of birthdays. They're always thinking about something, nice happening to them, and posing in front of cars, posing in front of, everybody does that around the world. And the people in Nigeria who are mates of these people, they don't want to just dwell on things that are going bad in Nigeria. So they just adopt this a departure from reality, this self-denial kind of life, where you don't want to talk about the suffering. You're suffering, they're going through pains and all that. They know it. It's a fact, but they don't want to talk about it. So a survey will show you that people are more interested in the latest dance step. Like the latest dance step, everybody knows it. Everybody is tuned to it. Everybody learns it. In church, when it's time for praise and worship, everybody's dancing the latest dance step. In parties, everything. That's what people are doing. People share pictures of fashion styles. They just share pictures of fashion styles. They share gossip. People like soft sell stories. They no longer want to hear about kidnapping or killing. Before, it used to shock them. Now they have become so immune to such things. Remember those days when you post a picture in a WhatsApp forum, people say, no way, children are watching. Don't post that picture. Don't post that picture. It's terrible. Don't you realize that there's a lot of children? These days, nobody says that anymore. Nobody says that. You just see people share very, very horrible pictures on the internet, and the reaction you get is just people are numb. They are numb. That this person was kidnapped, held for a lot of months, and ransom was paid, and they were released. It's no longer a big deal. That this person was killed and their body was cut up, it is not big deal. It is no longer big. So I'm wondering, how do we begin to face our realities in Nigeria? How do we communicate to ourselves? Do I resort to comedy? Do I just not talk about? Because for me, I just want to talk about the thing the way it is. If the government is not doing good, they're not doing good. For instance, in Enugu State, my own state, they shut down the airport. And the government said they knew what they were doing. They had their reason for shutting down the airport. We started screaming about it, and people said, oh, you guys, why should you scream about it? The wrong way is bad. The government knows what they're doing. We're like, okay, but it is suspicious. So, but they didn't think we were making sense. Only for me to hear a couple of days ago that the eastern governors with their chiefs and their representatives had to travel all the way to Abuja to go and beg the president of Nigeria to consider finishing the Enugu airport. If the federal government had plans, if the federal government was committed to finishing it, why would the governor and the chiefs and other governors have to go to him in Abuja to beg him? So it's as the king pleases, the king of Nigeria. If it touches your heart, if it will please you, my Lord, please help us. And then the president of Nigeria, Buhari, will just look and say, okay, let me just pardon you people. Let me just pardon you people and just do it. Can you imagine? And now, guess when they're going to finish the airport? Sometime in April. You see what I'm talking about? So these are realities I like to talk about. But when you're talking about it, nobody is interested. People will have to travel. When they were closing the airport, we said, okay, you guys are closing the airport. What have you done as backup? Did you make sure that the roads are motorable? Because if people are not flying, they're going to have to drive. How would they manage? They said, don't worry, everything is put in place. It was only when these governors, these elders and stakeholders went to use the road, because now they have to land in Port Harcourt, they have to land in Asaba, they have to land in Port Harcourt, Asaba, or where else safe, and then begin to drive to Enugu. That's when they realized that the roads were terrible. The old road gone, the new road gone. That's when they had to run to start begging the president. So help me here. I'm really curious. And for those of you who are our regular supporters, who are regular viewers, subscribers, I need your help. I need you to help me with how we should tackle the Nigerian issue. I want us to be able to discuss. When I come, I don't want to say things that are not interesting to you. We've talked about Omoyele Sowore. We will continue to talk about Omoyele Sowore. But Sowore already knows what he wants. I know what I want concerning Nigeria. But why are we not making the required impact? People have not told me that I'm lying. People have not told us that what we're doing is wrong. But what is it that is making them not to react? Don't tell me that people are afraid. People are afraid that if they go out in the street, somebody will shoot them. I know that is an existing threat. But will you just sit down? It's only a tree that you approach with a knife, a cutlass, a chainsaw to cut it down, and the tree doesn't do anything. Only a tree, not with human beings. We human beings, if you're dealing with us, if you're going to do something with us, we react. We have to react. But in this case, we are not reacting. So it's something that is very, very worrisome to me, and I honestly need your help. I need your advice. And I would appreciate that if you can send me an email, if you can, just shoot me not send me a text right now, make a comment in the comment box, and let us see what you want to see. What do you want to see us talk about? What should we be talking about? You understand? What is it that you want us to talk about? What is it that you would rather see us do? And don't forget to go to the GoFundMe page and be part of it. A lot of you have already done some a lot of you have gone there and you have posted stuff, but please go to that GoFundMe page and be part of it. Donate some money there. That is the money that we're planning to use to engage these people, because the plans that they have for Sowore, I don't think those guys mean well at all. They don't mean well. We don't trust them, and that's where we are. So please, guys, make sure you go and you donate money there. I'm trying to pull out the GoFundMe page, but please, Erica might help us to put up the GoFundMe account and also the Nigerian account where you guys can go and make your contributions there as we continue to be a force to support Omoyele Sowore. Another thing I want to talk about today is this guy who went into the police cell. He managed to get himself into the police cell. He got himself arrested through someone. He set the whole thing up, and he was able to go in there and find out what the way the police went about their business. And now they're after him. Although the government was saying, no, we're not after him. We just wanted to I don't even know what excuse they're giving. The guy has gone. He's maintaining low profile. Let me just say that he's maintaining low profile now until he's able to make himself available. When he does that, we would reach out to him and we would interview him. All right, so watch out for that. That will be coming up. We have a lot of interviews also lined up that we'll be doing now. But one thing is for sure, we are poised to bring you this program in a very different manner. Someone is calling me. I don't know who that person is, but let me see if it is something that has to do with this program, because who is this, please?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're live. You know that?
Yes, I know that, sir.
Okay, what's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from New York, sir. My name is Yemi.
Your name is who?
Yemi.
Okay, Yemi, you're calling from New York. Go ahead, Yemi.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. Oh, I just want to say thank you so much for what you're doing. May God continue to bless you and your family.
Thank you.
Sometimes I always, I look at it and then I'm totally fed up. We don't know what to say again. Like, the way you normally talk to us, I always feel cry when somebody come out and keep typing rubbish on social media. Even though I was flying videos today, like the way people type, I just flying videos, like, we don't know what to talk. I just don't understand Nigeria. I don't understand Nigeria.
Well,
sometimes I just like, even though the last time when they tried to show like that Sowore have to pay like 50 million.
Yeah.
You know what I just feel like, I'm gonna quit.
Yeah.
Because when I see my friend like typing rubbish, testing like, this and this, why can't you come home and do your own protest or something like that, I'm totally like, I'm confused with the Nigerian youth, man, because I don't know, we don't know what to say again. I follow Marigo a lot. I follow you a lot. The way you normally talk, even though you normally talk in a place whereby the youth will understand what is going on in Nigeria, but some youth, they understand. They just ignore it because everybody knows. They know what is going on in Nigeria, but they ignore it. They just want to keep talking and smiling. That's what they're trying to do. If somebody come out, if somebody come out, they start attacking you, like start talking like, there's nobody that in Nigeria that will tell me like, I'm not talking. You know, there's nobody. Everybody just living fake life in Nigeria.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know what else to do. We don't know what else to do. How do we're looking for solutions here. I want anybody to call, anybody that thinks they have the solution or the suggestion, what they think we should do.
My only advice, my only advice is like to keep talking about Nigerians, like how, let us forget about Omoyele Sowore and keep talking about Nigeria, what is going on in Nigeria. That maybe youth might understand us. I don't, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. My brother, I understand, and yet I don't understand, because it's just amazing. You're telling them what to do. You're coming live, you're interacting, you're sending text, you're doing everything, and yet they're going about their business. And they know what they are interested in. Whatever is interesting to them, you see them clamoring for it. Look at when there was a Big Brother Nigeria. They knew what to do. They were voting, and every vote they cast cost them money. So I don't get it. I'm really very totally confused. I want somebody to help now, because
sometimes I always cry, man. I always feel bad. Sometimes I always cry because I don't know what sometimes I always cry. Like, I don't know what to say about it. We youth are the problem of that country. We are the problem of that country. We complain too much, and then we keep waiting for the same people again.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling in. We'll just expect more calls from anybody who wants to make the contribution. Anybody who wants to call in, you can call in on +1 647 989 2837. But thank you so much. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Bless you too. Bless you too. So, guys, today we're talking about the Nigerian youth, but not just the Nigerian youth, Nigerian people generally. Like, what is wrong? What's the way forward? What should we be talking about? That's the issue now. What should we be talking about? What is the best thing to be talking about? What's the best way to go about it? Omoyele Sowore came and talked and spoke, and they slammed him in jail. But all the things that he talked about are happening. He's been screaming this thing right from whenever. And the things that he's talking about, they keep happening every day. Okay, so the issue now is, what do you guys want to hear? What do you think is the way forward? Do you think we should just not talk about the God? Like, if I hear a majority of people say, Chidi, stop doing this video, stop talking about Nigeria, there is nothing going on, I will stop. I'm like that. But nobody has come out to say, oh, what you're talking about is not true, it's not happening in Nigeria. I've not heard anybody say that. So that's why we just continue talking. But the thing is, what do you want us to talk about? Because it looks like you guys are not interested in I don't know. You're not interested in hearing what is happening right under your nose. And then, even when we prefer a solution, because the solution, you cannot do much on your own. We're not going to tell you to go and use your money to go and repair the roads. That's not a solution. Because there is somebody who represents you. Except you begin to hold your... do you know Amechi? Former Governor Amechi, the Minister for Transportation in Nigeria. He said it even as a minister. He said the reason why we politicians, Nigerian politicians, why they steal money is because, he said, he was looking at the people that he was addressing, mostly young people. He said the reason why we steal money is that you people do not hold us accountable. You do not ask us why we're stealing this money. You do not do anything. So we'll continue to steal the money. If you guys are not doing anything, we'll continue to steal the money. So imagine the person who knows about this thing is telling you that you are not doing anything. And that's why, look at the little thing that happened to Ekweremadu in Germany. Do you think he did not achieve a lot of effect? He did achieve a lot of effect. And yes, we all say we don't support violence. I don't support violence. Nobody supports violence. From either side. Not only from the citizens, but violence from the government. We don't want violence from the government. We don't want intimidation from the government. We don't want all those things from the government. And so, but that was effective because it reduced drastically the number of government officials that travel abroad. Before, when they are coming into a city, we will go and receive them. We will go and gather our people and do a small reception for them. For what? They don't deserve it. The ones that deserve it, people receive them. But so many of them don't deserve it at all. Honestly, they should go back and repair the roads. Look at the videos you see online. Look at videos of, the other day we saw a video of people, what do they call that thing? Is it, there's a system with which, like a ferry, it's a kind of local ferry. And this ferry was being handled manually. Can you believe it? People, let me see. Let me see if I can get that thing. Where they were, you will not believe it, honestly speaking. They were dragging the ferry down trying to ferry cars across. In 2019. You will not believe it. I said, what? And those guys, they were, okay, let me play it here. I hope it plays. And you will see what I'm talking about. I hope it plays. You will see them, the kind of thing that, and the people who are doing this, they live, anyway, I'll let you guys be the judge when you watch the video. And you see why we keep on doing what we do. And we keep on complaining. I'm going to play this video for you. And you be the judge of what's going on there.
Sanobi and all the people that represent
this video, just listen to it and you'll see what the guys are talking about. Okay, sorry.
I know the shame. Sanobi and the rest. Sanobi and all the people that
hope you guys can hear it.
People are not ashamed of yourself. Look at the road to on this Ndokwa East. I know the shame. Sanobi and the rest. What is their name? All them Merichidi, all of them on our reach Lagos are going to make mad. All them Olisa. See road to Ndokwa East, Pontu. 1970, 1969 when Bumudi Adu. And this pontoon, na hand propelled pontoon. It's not even a self-propelled. Not even a self-propelled. Can you imagine? Ndokwa East, oh yeah, they drink oil from there. Nigerian government, you people are very wicked. Very, very wicked people. All the senators from the constituency are very wicked. House of Assembly member from here, you are very wicked. Now stroke will kill all of us now. Now stroke disease will kill all of us. If I don't develop this place, and I go die for sickness. You are very wicked. Look at the road. Look at the road to Ndokwa East. Look at the road to Ndokwa East. Look at all the road to Ndokwa East. Nonsense. Nonsense. All the road to Ndokwa East. See, pontoon hand. They do pontoon hand. 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 They do pontoon hand. Hand. They drop pontoon. See. Ndokwa East people are now ashamed. Ndokwa East people that represent Ndokwa East for all level of government are not ashamed. But I know they shame, our children not they shame. But I go die useless deaths. Don't punish all of for now.
So, guys, you see what I'm talking about? How can you see this sort of thing and not be angry? In 2019, this is a Niger Delta region, and they are using manual. They're using manpower to drag that ferry. In 2019, where people are driving cars in Nigeria that are worth $200,000. One car, you will find it in Nigeria. People are driving cars worth $300,000, $400,000, $1 million car. People are driving it. People are flying planes. People are flying planes. A lot of these people, these politicians, they own planes, but they cannot talk about it. They own these planes quietly and they lease them. You don't know. Do you know the number of people that own? The only people that advertise their planes are pastors. Pastors compete over their planes, not competing over how many people in their congregation have made it in life. They compete over, I have plane, you don't have plane. Okay, we have 2 planes, we have 3 planes. But the politicians cannot do that because they are in the public eye. But a lot of them have all these planes. And yet, to just build a bridge to connect those 2 communities, they can't do it. Okay, buy a rickety ferry. You know, like all over the world, nobody is doing that anymore. Do you know that rope, what you're seeing is the rope that is carrying that ferry. The rope will have to go from one side of the river bank to the other side, like a creek or the sea or whatever. It will have to cross from one side to the other side so that the people will keep pulling it. So as they are pulling it, it is just rotating. But you see how difficult it is. This thing was invented in 17 something. Go and read about Punto or whatever. It was invented so many years ago. I don't think they use it anywhere in Nigeria. But this is happening in a community that has oil. So you see why we can't continue talking. We can't stop. How can I stop talking about this? What do you want me to talk about? Why? And the person, what is so amazing is that the person who is representing this community will never come home to that place where they're using that boat, that whatever. He will stop maybe at their headquarters that is accessible. He will come there. The people from where this thing is happening, the people from that community will cross that river with that outdated equipment or contraption to go and meet him in the headquarters, and he will share 1,000 and they will go back to their misery. Don't even talk about light. Don't even talk about maybe telephone reception in that area. It's non-existent. Nobody, these are forgotten communities, and they are in the Niger Delta. How can you justify that? These same people, go and look, they can't farm anymore. All their waters are polluted by abandoned oil wells. When they abandon these oil wells, I don't know, they don't lock them up. The thing will be leaked, it will rust and be leaking. It will be spilling all over the place. It will kill their marine life. It will kill their source of livelihood. Fishes will no longer be in the water. So now there's no road, There's no light. There's no communication with the outside world. They can't farm. They can't fish. And yet they are in the Niger Delta. And you come and tell me that there is nothing happening. You will also see people from this area who will come to your page and begin to type rubbish against you. So it's a very confusing state of mind that we have to do something serious about it. When people like Nnamdi Kanu talks about the marginalization of people from eastern Nigeria, or southeast, as they will call it, southeast, south, people don't understand. People don't get it. But when you see stories like this, you begin to see that there is sense in what he's talking about. You begin to see sense in what he's talking about. Okay? I'm still going to do a video that's just dedicated to Nnamdi Kanu and his mother, who died way back in August. Why I really want to dedicate that video to him is, like Nnamdi Kanu or hate him, if we had just 5 of people like him and Omoyele Sowore in Nigeria, maybe, just maybe, because I really don't know, based on people's reaction, I'm beginning to be afraid now. But if you had a couple of people like them, we would really at least awaken the consciousness of our people, especially our youth. This young man lost his mother to this same struggle. You guys know how the military treated his mother and his father, how they bombarded their compound. The parents were there that day. You saw all that bombardment happening. Or, well, whatever. You know that, according to him, it is the outcome of that attack on them that wounded his mother and eventually led to her death. But this young man continued doing what he was doing. He knew his mother was dead. I didn't even realize it. All the times he was traveling, he was going to all this place, going to that place. He continued doing his public meetings. He continued doing his town hall meetings. And his mother was already dead. He didn't show it in any way. So he put the people's issues ahead of his own issue. And I think I understand what he's trying to do. What he's trying to do is, he's trying to say that my mother is not more important than all of those people that died in the course of that struggle, in the course of this struggle. I think what he's trying to say is that those 36 young men and women that died in his place when the army attacked his place, that all of them are as important as his own mother. That's why he went ahead doing whatever he was doing. And this is how you know people who are true heroes. I don't care if you don't like him. I don't care if you think his ways are whatever. But he is doing something. He is challenging the powers that be. Look at the way we talk about Nigeria now. We talk about Nigeria from the bottom up. We clap for ourselves when we say, oh, we have moved from the worst country to second to the last in the scale of worst countries. We don't grade ourselves from the top down. We grade ourselves from the bottom up. But like I said, I'm going to do a video about Nnamdi Kanu much later. I'm going to stop here now. Thank you guys for being part of this maiden broadcast after Facebook unbanned us. We're going to keep doing this. We will get better. Sometimes, it is good for something to happen to you. When you face some obstacles in life, when you face when something bad happens to you, they say necessity is the mother of invention. You kind of it activates something in you. it becomes a stimulant to you doing what you're supposed to do. So in a way, I want to thank Facebook for actually banning us, because banning us kind of got me angry, and it got all of us in worship media angry, and we're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Okay, we're gonna go back and bring our A game. And you guys must agree with me that uh, this our game, our A game now is better than what it used to be. We are excuse me, we are now committed to bringing you, quality picture, quality audio, a better platform, better transition, and all of those things. That's what we're going to be doing right now. When we do our interviews now, it will be better. When we bring people on, it will be better. We will now start on time, because the equipment will be in auto, and we can even start playing music before we start the show. So these are the things that we are committed to do to make it much better and much pleasant for you guys. So from all of us here in Worship Media, Toronto, Canada, this is Chidi signing out. Thank you so much, everybody. We love you. Bye-bye.